and welcome to how to become a wild horse and have a wild herd in Red Dead Redemption 2. This is great for photos, videos and roleplay. Step number 1 is to learn how to install mods. You will only need the mods detailed in this video here, so go and follow that tutorial closely, then come back here to continue. Now, there are 2 methods of becoming a wild horse, each with their own benefits and limitations. I'll show you both of them here. Method number 1, open up your Rampage menu with your hotkey. Just so that you're aware, you can use the up and down arrows to scroll through, enter to go into a category, and backspace to come out. So you're going to go into Player, scroll down to Wardrobe, then go into Model Changer, and from here scroll into Horses. Now you can pick whichever breed or colour you would like to become. I'm choosing the Buttermilk Kentucky Saddler. Now I'm going to hit Enter, and here you are a horse. Now you may spawn in as this very sad and tired looking horse. To fix this, we're going to back all the way out until we're back into the main player menu, and we're going to scroll down until we come to fill player cause. The horse will seem a lot happier then. I also recommend clicking cause never drain, and you can also hit clean ped to make your ped nice and shiny. Now if you'd like to do some kicking in this game, go into player, go all the way up to wardrobe, go into model changer and enable attack controls. This will allow you to do some cool kick maneuvers. Now the pros of this method are it's quick and easy to set up, and you can do cool things like kicking with the horse. The cons are that you cannot jump, wear tack or do special moves like sliding stop and sidestep. Now for the second method, you're actually going to need another mod. This mod is called Pimp My Horse, and it will allow you to change and customize your horse's tack. Go ahead and download this file and pick the latest download. Once the download is complete, you can go ahead and double click to open the zip file and open either your root folder or your desktop mods folder. Now go ahead and choose all of the files and deselect README and license text. If you're working out of your desktop mods folder, you can drop that straight into here. Make sure to not replace any files, and then go into your root folder and do the same thing. Now you can go ahead and launch the game. Step number 2 is to go ahead and open your Rampage, go into Spawner, Peds, Spawner settings, and make sure you deselect spawn on horse. If this is selected, you will spawn riding the horse, and the horse will have a full set of tack. This is completely up to preference, but I find it much easier to deselect this option. Step number 3 is to back out and go into horses, then select a gender, and then select the breed or type of horse you'd like to spawn. Enter to spawn it in. It should spawn in front of you just like this. Step number 4, you can close your Rampage and go ahead and mount the horse. Now when you do so, a rope bridle will appear. Do not worry, we can fix this. Step number 5 is to hit F3 and you should get the Pimp My Horse menu come up. Go into Change Components, Saddles, scroll to Alligator Ranch Cutter Saddle, select, and then hit None, and it will return your horse back to the wild state. Step number 6 is to open Rampage once again, go into Player and scroll until you get to Ghost Mode. This will make your player invisible, so you are now a wild horse. For step number 7, I'm just going to give you a few settings recommendations to make your gameplay easier. Go ahead and open Rampage, go into Player. Now you can select all sorts of things from here. Things I recommend is everyone ignore so that you don't get in any sort of trouble. Wild animals ignore is a good one as well if you'd like to be one with nature. I also recommend no ragdolls so that you don't accidentally fall off your horse when you inevitably run too close to a cliff. I also recommend selecting cause never drain to make sure that your character doesn't get too tired. Now we're going to come out of that and go into horse, and from here you can click clean to clean your ped. You can also select things like cause never drain and stamina never drain. Now one thing you definitely need to do is scroll up to stats and make sure you max the horse bonding so that you can do cool things like the sliding stop and the rearing. Now that was method number 2. The pros of this method are that you can jump, hard stop, rear and sidestep, and the cons are that it's a longer and slightly more complex process and you can't make the horse kick on command. And so that's how you become a wild horse. But now you need a herd to go with it. For this you only need the Rampage mod, so no extra downloads are required. Step number 1 is to open the Rampage menu. Scroll down to Spawner, Peds, Spawner Settings, and make sure you have Spawn on Horse deselected, otherwise it's going to be such a headache to sort out all the wild horses. Step number 2 is to back out and go into the horses category and just pick a few horses and breeds to spawn in. If you do have a lower end PC, please only spawn in a handful of peds to prevent your game from crashing. Once you have all of your beautiful horses spawned in, you're going to back up until you see Ped Database. Select this and you should see a list of all of the horses that you have spawned in. From here, make sure you're not selecting the horse that you're riding and go into it to select Set as Bodyguard. Go ahead and just do this for any horse that you've spawned in that you want to be part of your herd. And once you start walking, you'll notice that these guys will begin to follow you. Now you may notice that after a while the horses form this really weird straight line, and this isn't particularly good for videos or photos. So how you fix this is go ahead and open your Rampage again, go into Spawner, Peds, and this time go into Ped Database, scroll up to Posse. Once you go into Posse, you'll see this formation section and you can go ahead and move it along to pick a new formation. If your horse isn't the leader, I recommend the circle around leader formation because it blends you in with the herd a little bit better. If your horse is the leader, I do recommend scrolling back to default and the horses will form a line behind you with you in the front. If you have a couple of horses, this will cause bunching, which will look more natural than in the straight line. And there you go. Now you can live out your dreams of being Stallion of the Cimarron, take cool photos and so much more. I really hope this tutorial helped and feel free to comment if you need extra assistance and I will try and get to you. So I hope you guys enjoyed, stay positive and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!